Hey everybody. I'm just getting set up, y'all. Give me just a second. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Hey y'all. Hey everybody. I didn't know if it was other lives that was going on, so I wanted to do this story though real quick. And I'm not going to be long. If y'all can hear me in the chat, give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Hey, Sip. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Miss Amora. Glad you're covering this because I plan on covering it too. And please cover it. Please. Please, because I saw this morning and it just took me back. So, by all means, please go ahead and cover it. I know you're going to really break it down. So, please go ahead and cover it. Because it's more of it that I wanted to show, but it's so long. The court sessions are so long. Hey, Reese Cup. Hey, Zelani. Who all we have in here? Hey, Lori. Hey, Ranch. Hey, Kanye's West. Hey, Elevator Aura. Hey, Oliver Fam. Hey, Juicy One. Hey, Steffi. Hey, Latoya. Yes, y'all, please hit that thumbs up for me. I will greatly appreciate it. I could not put my goal super chat goals in here because I took down the stream lab. It said some shit about some bots, so it had to go. So yeah, hey Binky. Hey Latoya. If I missed anybody, hey, my black is beautiful. If I miss anybody, please accept my apology. I am on my laptop and you got to really like stroll in the comments to see everybody. But y'all, I got this story that I want to bring to you all. I came across it this morning and it's about a pastor and a mistress. And I forgot where they say they were originally from, but the pastor had relocated to Memphis and the mistress followed. I don't know if anybody else seen this story, but they are now in court. The mistress is now in court. And the story that I want you all to listen to is her testimony. When I tell you in this testimony that this lady is about to get ready to, I'm about to let y'all listen to. When I tell you the manipulation, the things that this pastor did, the things this pastor had this woman doing, it's like deja vu. It's like listening to what she's saying. It's like deja vu. Now this recording I do have is about an hour, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk through it while I am playing it. Hey, Miss Brooklyn girl. Thank you, Reese Cup. I appreciate your 1999 super sticker. Thank you, baby. Yeah, y'all. This story was very interesting. And usually I will look at stories on on YouTube and I'll just glance through it or whatever, catch a couple of minutes of it and then I'm done with it. But I could not take my eyes off of it. It was like deja vu, y'all, like deja vu. And I'm about to get into it in a minute, but I was waiting on some more people to get in here. And but I wanted to talk to y'all for a minute. So how many of you all go to church? Do we got some church goers? Do we got some people in here that goes to church or love to go to church? And I'm gonna tell you this because I used to be a church goer, you guys. I really did. And I'm the type of person that I go to a church that gives me good feelings. Um, I haven't been to a church in a long time, but when I did go to church, I gravitated to the church that gave me a good feeling. It's so much of the message and not the messenger. Now, if I see some funny stuff going on in the church, which I do not be in that deep into, the members and things of the church, I'm going there for a message. And if I get the message and if I get a good feeling, then I'm probably going to stick to that church. So it's so much with me when you talk about church and church going and things like that. It's not the people in the church that I be so much interested in. It's the message. It's the message. And if, like I said, if I get a good message, then I'm usually, gonna, stay with that church. But if I get a funny feeling, the message don't hit me like it's supposed to hit me, I don't resonate with it, I'm not getting a vibe from it. If the church is off and it's, then I might go to another church, or what I'm saying, it might die down going to church for a minute for me. But thank you, $4.99. Thank you, thank you, Silk, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Thank you, my Black is Beautiful, for the $9.99 super. Thank you so much, y'all. Did anybody in here say they go to church a lot? Because I do not want to offend the church goers. I really do not. So this is not this is not to bash any pastors or anything like that, because I do, one day I am going to start back going to church. But like I said, it's more of a feeling to me when I go to a church rather than the pastors, the deacons, the first lady, and all that crap. I don't really get involved in church like that. If I get a good message, then I get a good feeling and it's hitting me, you know what I'm saying? And every time I go, it's giving me a good feeling, then I'm probably stuck at that church, But if some funny stuff go on, I'm probably not going to go back to it, you know what I'm saying? Because it is some crooked pastors in the world. Definitely is some crooked pastors in the world, y'all. So I see it's a couple of people has done came in the chat. If you guys can please thumbs up the this chat for me, please. It would really, really help a lot. And just give me a minute, y'all. If I have forgotten anyone in the chat I didn't speak to, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. And if I'm too loud, y'all, let me know. I got my headsets on. Hey, Mama 3. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm about to play this video real quick. It is some little ads and stuff that's in it, and I'm gonna try to skip as much as I can. But yeah, let's get into it.
While most victims are struggling with insurance companies and lawyers, others are receiving 6- and 7-figure payouts with foot in a courtroom. Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car accident. It's called the 2025 Compensation Program, and we recently launched it across a couple more states to help victims get the maximum amount they're owed without the usual hassles of dealing with insurance
Come
directly,
on.
going to court.
Defense calls Latoshia Daniels.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute to see why I do not have any volume on this. Okay. Why don't. Yeah, give me a minute just to see why my volume not playing in this video. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my video. I can't hear it. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can't hear it. And it's getting frustrating. Give me 1 second, y'all. Just 1 minute. Let me try this again. Hey everybody that's coming in. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get the video so I can hear it, and it's giving me issues. Okay, so that's
Can you please state
y'all hear that?
and
It's
spell your
just
name?
me.
Latoshia, Latoshia Daniels,
And
Daniels.
y'all hear that? Is it just me? Because I
Before we get
cannot hear
into
it.
all of the allegations here, have you ever testified in
But
a
why I can't
situation like
hear
this
it? If
before?
y'all can hear it.
No,
Is this a comfortable situation?
Yeah.
not at all.
Please let me know if you need anything, okay? I want to talk to you about, first,
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend who told me about this website, and now I'm spending $58 a month. Full coverage. That's saving $139. It's amazing. All you do.
Y'all, I know y'all said y'all can hear it, but shit, I can't hear it. I want to hear it too. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Hmm, Y'all, I promise I ain't gonna be too long, but I want to hear it too. Like I want to hear it with y'all. Let me see what's going on why I can't hear it. There we go. All right, y'all. So my ass had my Bluetooth, my iPods hooked up, so that's why I didn't hear it. Right. Hold on, let me start it over.
before we get into all of the allegations here, have you ever testified in a situation like this before?
No,
Is this a comfortable situation?
not at all.
Please let me know if you need anything, okay?
Yeah,
wanna
let's start
talk
off
to
kind of
you
slow, but it's gonna pick up.
About, first,
Hey,
your
Earth
child.
Energy.
your childhood, okay?
Okay.
Can you tell me about your parents?
My parents, my father was retired military and a minister, and my mom, she was my mother.
Was your biological father the man that you called dad?
No, I was raised by my stepfather, and so I called him father, and my biological father I called Papa.
Now, your your dad that
Yes,
you
my
lived
black
with,
is
right?
beautiful, crazy.
What did he do for a living?
Once he retired from the military, he was, from my knowledge, he worked at Combs, and he retired from there. And then he began to work for the Salvation Army, where he ran the community center where the youth would go. And so once he retired from there, he was just home sitting on the porch and buying land and doing gardens.
At any point did he become an ordained minister?
He did. I was in elementary, so, but I do recall him becoming an ordained minister.
What would you consider his?
Now, y'all, peep this out in this part of the story. Her dad was a what, pastor, minister, or something like that. And do you all see how her face lit up when she talked about her dad? But it didn't light up when she talked about her mom. She said, "Yeah, she was my mother." Like, so that part kind of got to me too. So how she lit up when she talked about her dad being a minister. So me, I'm always analyzing stuff, y'all. I'm always analyzing stuff. Like, why have Let me let y'all finish watching it.
His reputation to have been within your community?
He was highly respected in our community. Everyone knew of my father and respected him well.
And did they know that you were your father's daughter?
Oh yes, to the point to where, like, if anybody seen my sisters and I, they would say that's Mr. Briggs' daughters. Like they knew that who we were.
Did that mean something in that community to be his daughter?
Most definitely, and we carried ourselves accordingly.
Now, how were things at home outside of public?
Things at home wasn't as what they seemed in public. My father did physically abuse my mother, and I was the one who would at nights wake up and beg him to stop.
Oh, wow. But her face lit up when she talked about her daddy. Like, it lit
Did you have
up.
siblings in the home?
I did. I had 2 little sisters.
Do not pay your car insurance bill. I repeat, do not pay your bill yet. So I found this website and look at the difference. Did
the 3 of you hear as your dad would beat your mom?
I'm not sure if they did, but I did, and I often would wake up and ask him to stop, and even sometimes try pulling them apart.
When you were in public, did you let that side of your life show?
Oh, not at all. I went to school and I did the things that I was supposed to do, participated in sports, and just carried myself, I guess, in a normal fashion.
Is that what was expected of you?
Yes, we didn't say or tell what was going on inside of the home.
Now, I want to talk to you about late in your teens, okay? When you were 17, you got pregnant.
I did.
What happened when you got pregnant?
I shared with my dad, well, I don't know if I shared with him or not, but I was told once he found out that I needed to get married.
Did you get married?
I did,
And was that to Rodney?
yes.
How would you describe your relationship with Rodney?
In the beginning, it was good. We both had graduated from high school, and so we was building a life together. We moved from our hometown to Little Rock, Arkansas, and purchased a home, and we were doing well. Rodney decided to go to police academy, and during that time I helped him. I made sure he studied. I did everything that I could to ensure that he made it through police academy and was successful. Once he, probably months after joining the force, things began to shift. He would ask me to do certain things that I was like out of the norm, but I was in college, and so he would then say, well, you're probably going to want somebody from college, and I didn't understand that because like I loved Rodney. I wanted our family. But even though we didn't argue, we grew distant, and I never understood why until I found out that he was having an affair.
Did you actually catch him in the act?
Not in the beginning, but during he decided that we was going to separate. And one day while I was While I was at school, he had packed up all my stuff, put it in a U-Haul, and drove it to my mom's house.
Damn, that's crazy.
How long were you married to Brian?
That's crazy.
For 4 years.
Did you eventually get divorced?
We did.
Now, after that
That's
divorce,
crazy.
did you attempt suicide?
I actually did it right before we actually finalized the divorce.
Did you commit suicide
She didn't commit
Because-
suicide. She attempted.
because of the divorce? I'm sorry, attempt to commit suicide because of the divorce.
Yes, I just didn't feel like I felt like a failure. That was the one thing I felt like a failure. I didn't think that I was enough. And so I didn't feel I had anything to offer.
But you did go on to get an education, right?
I did.
And you didn't let your divorce or your teen pregnancy, you didn't let those things stop you from trying to get better in your life, right?
Right. I wanted to push forward. I wanted to be successful. And I mean, I had to be. So I kept going.
And you eventually became a licensed clinical social worker.
I did.
Now, I want to talk to you about your second marriage, okay? That was to Brian.
Yes.
Now, how long were you married to Brian?
I was married to Brian for 8 years.
Was that relationship positive?
No.
Did you feel loved in that relationship?
No.
Did you feel wanted in that relationship?
Not at all.
Would you describe Brian as being emotionally distant,
He very much was. So,
emotionally neglectful?
yes.
Did you try to get Brian to go into marriage counseling?
Yes, we had a discussion and he didn't want to do it.
Did you determine that you would go get your own counseling?
Yes.
Did you go see a psychologist?
I did not.
Why?
Because of the field that I was in, I just wanted, I wanted spiritual guidance, but also because of me being in private practice, I was afraid of being that individual that was getting the water cooler talk per se. Just in my field, I didn't have anyone that I felt like I could really go to and trust because I was very closed off. I didn't share my business with anybody. And so going through that and being in private practice, I didn't want to take what was my income because I needed to be able to take care of the things in my life. So I did not. But I did know that spiritually I wanted some direction.
Why did you feel like you needed spiritual direction?
Just from my first marriage, when I went to my dad and told him that I was getting a divorce, the one thing he said to me that just resonated with me was that he said he would have gotten an attorney. I'm taking away my children, but it was all just like,
Yeah, I just wanted to stop right here because I was a little bit confused on this part because she said that her dad said that she should have got an attorney or that the man should have got an attorney to take her kids. But when she talked about her dad, her face lit up. And all through this, now I don't know, this is where I kind of stopped it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, your dad beat your mom. Your dad was a priest or a minister or whatever. that you said that he was, and he told you that the man should have taken your kids. Wow, y'all.
I just felt like it was like a punishment from God. And so I just didn't want to be in another failed marriage. I just didn't.
Did your dad consider it your failure that you got divorced?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Did you seek out spiritual counseling?
I did.
Now, I want to talk to you about St. Mark's, okay? Do you
Okay.
need some water?
Yes.
May I approach, Rona?
Yes.
Thank you. What is St. Mark's?
It's the church that I attended in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Is it a big church or a small church?
It's a big church.
Did you have any particular role within the church?
Yes. I participated in evangelism, but eventually became a life group leader.
How were you selected to become a life group leader?
One Sunday.
Thank you,
was
Tia. One of
talking
our
to,
feathers
just
song.
in
Thank you.
shaking hands with some of the pastors. Pastor Perry, Brodus Perry, he had asked me, he was like, "You thinking about being a life group member?" And at that time, I was like, "I'll consider it." And then eventually I did go ahead and sign up to become a life group leader.
And this was prior to you reaching out for that spiritual counseling, right?
Correct.
How many members go to St. Mark's?
At the time, approximately 6,000.
How many people were selected to be life group leaders?
In our first set of leadership training, it may have been approximately 60 to 80 of us.
Okay. And were you then subdivided into groups?
Yes, we were divided into cohorts.
How many people were in each cohort?
About 8 to 10.
How many people were in your cohort?
It was about 8 of us.
Who was the supervisor, the supervising pastor for your cohort?
Brodus was our leader.
Would you consider y'all's group to have been a close group?
We were very close.
Did you become close with Pastor Perry through that group?
I did.
Is that why you reached out to him for spiritual counseling?
Yes, I trusted him.
Now, I want to talk to you about that counseling, okay? When you approached Brodus Perry about counseling, did you
Motherfucking name is
explain
Brodus.
why you wanted counseling?
I did.
What did you tell him?
I told him that my husband and I were having some marital issues and I just needed to figure out spiritually which direction I just needed some spiritual guidance on direction.
Did Pastor Perry agree?
And y'all check this out. Check this out, because when she keep telling her story or whatever, she's not gonna mention this husband of hers again. Like she not gonna say anything else about this husband. So yeah, let me let y'all finish listening to it.
To meet with you.
He did.
Where did y'all meet?
We met in my office.
Why?
I didn't feel comfortable with being in the church, and I wanted to be in a safe space because this was, again, something that I was not fully embracing, that I had to deal with, and I wanted to be in a space where I knew that I can be
Mistake
able
number
to be
one.
vulnerable.
During the
Why
first
would you-
counseling session, what did you discuss?
Everything that was going on within my marriage.
Why wouldn't you have this at the church? Why would you go to your private office to have a discussion with a pastor or minister or whoever he is, and that's what he do? Why wouldn't you have this conversation with him at the church? Like, why wouldn't you?
How long was the first counseling session?
It was about 2 hours.
Were you emotional during that process?
Yes.
Were you open?
I was.
Did you tell him very personal, private things?
I did.
When you get hurt in a car wreck, do you know who to call?
Absolutely.
Hold on,
You
y'all.
call
Let me
DM
make
Law.
this
Everybody
ad.
knows that.
When you get
How long, well, at the end of that session, did you determine at that time that you were going to ask for a second session?
Yes.
How long until you had a second session?
It was approximately 2 to 3 weeks before the next one.
Did it feel good to get all of that off of your chest?
Yes.
Did you reach out to Brodus Perry for a second counseling session?
I did.
Ooh.
Did he say that he would come do a second counseling session?
He did.
When you had your second counseling session, did you ask him about any odd behavior from the first session?
I did.
What was that?
In the first session, from the moment he walked through the door, he had his hands in his coat pocket, his jacket pocket, and he sat there the entire time during the session with his hands in his pocket. So I found that to be a little strange, but I didn't say anything in the first session. So I asked him during the section session, because he came in and he didn't have his hands in his pocket, and I was like, "What was that with you having your hands in your pockets?" And at that time, he told me it was because he was trying to maintain his professionalism.
Was that the first time that you had any indication that he might be interested in you?
That was the first time.
Did you proceed to start with the second counseling session?
We did.
What happened after you started the counseling session?
As I was talking and sharing, Brodus.
So yeah, I'm not judging her. I'm really not. I'm really not judging her at all. But I would have been uncomfortable. Like if you asked him, why do you have your hands in your pocket? And he says that, like I would have immediately left. Like you was talking to somebody that's supposed to be some type of leader, of the church or whatever, and he cannot maintain his professionalism. Like I would have just left right there. But like I said, once again, I'm not judging her. I just think that she, what I'm saying, like, come on now, y'all. You got to put your damn thinking caps on. If a man told you he had to keep his hands in his damn pockets because he didn't want to touch you, what that mean? Like, that means that this man has some type of sexual attraction to you. And you are still married, and you know that he is married. Like, what are damn boundaries and shit at? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not judging her, but it's a lot of things that it's flags that was up there that she should have listened. She should have took heed to before she continued with this man. If you would have said that to me, I probably would have got up and left at that, because I'd have been uncomfortable at that point. Here I am telling you about the situation that's going on with me and my husband, and you
reached over and grabbed. I had a 2-arm chair, and he pulled me toward him and began to passionately kiss me.
How long, well, at the end of that session, did you determine at that time that you were going to ask for a second session?
Yes.
How long until you had a second session?
It was approximately 2 to 3 weeks before the next one.
Did it feel good to get all of that off of your chest?
Yes, earth energy. Exactly.
Did you reach out to Brodus Perry for a second counseling session?
I did.
Did he say that he would come do a second counseling session?
He did.
Of course.
When you had your second counseling session, did you ask him about any odd behavior from the first session?
I did.
What was that?
In the first session, from the moment he walked through the door, he had his hands in his coat pocket, his jacket pocket, and he sat there the entire time during the session with his hands in his pocket. So I found that to be a little strange, but I didn't say anything in the first session. So I asked him during the section session, because he came in and he didn't have his hands in his pocket, and I was like, "What was that with you having your hands in your pockets?" And at that time, he told me it was because he was trying to maintain his professionalism.
Was that the first time that you had any indication that
Thank
he
you for the
might
super
be
chat,
interested in you?
Dwight.
That was the first time.
Did you proceed to start with the second counseling session?
We did.
What happened after you started the counseling session?
As I was talking and sharing, Brodus reached over and grabbed, I had a 2-arm chair, and he pulled me toward him
This
and began to
motherfucker.
passionately kiss me. And from there, in that session, we did have sex for the first time.
So they had sex, y'all.
Were you proud of that
I looked
encounter?
at this earlier, but I did
In
not
hindsight,
know
no, but at
that her and him had sex at the first, no, not the first session, but the second session. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I know people go through stuff during their marriages or whatever, but like, how you let somebody talk you out your drawers like that? He ain't even talk her out her drawers. Y'all, I don't mean to laugh, but like I said, this story is crazy to me, and I hope Amora do open it up and get to it, because like it's more than, I know it's her side, his side, and it's the Lord's side, y'all. But this right here, like, I just, it just, like, girl.
At that time, he was giving me everything that I had been missing for a long
Back it
time.
up just a little bit.
So
Just a little
I
bit.
found that to be a little strange, but I didn't
I'm
say
sorry,
anything in
y'all.
the first session. So I asked him during the section session, because he came in and he didn't have his hands in his pocket, and I was like, "What was that with you having your hands in your pockets?" And at that time, he told me it was because he was trying to maintain his professionalism.
Was that the first time that you had any indication that he might be interested in you?
That was the first time.
Did you proceed to start with the second counseling session?
We did.
What happened after you started the counseling session?
As I was talking and sharing, Brodus reached over and grabbed, I had a 2-arm chair, and he pulled me toward him and began to passionately kiss
Dirty
me.
ass.
And from there, in that session, we did have sex for the first time.
Were you proud of that encounter?
In hindsight, no, but at that time, he was giving me everything that I had been missing for a long time.
In
know
2
that he was
sessions,
married?
y'all.
I did.
Did you know his wife?
I had, at that time, I had seen her at church, but didn't know of her.
You got to know her better later?
Yes.
How did you feel about the fact that Brodus was married?
Nah, J-Lo.
At that time,
her office.
honestly, I did not think about it. I knew that we both were married, and I was engaged in what he was giving me.
Had you had any attention like that in a long time?
No, I hadn't.
Had
In
you
years.
had any emotional attention?
Not in years.
Physical attention?
Not like that. No.
Obviously, my black is beautiful.
After your counseling sessions, did you end up getting divorced?
That was in February, and I did.
My
end up getting
correction, she
divorced
did
in
speak about him
December
again.
of that year.
That's when
Okay.
it was finalized?
Yes.
And did Pastor Perry encourage you to get divorced?
We talked about it, and there were times whenever we would be on trips, he would make mention of, "Oh, we can't do that until you get a divorce, or we can't do this until you get a divorce."
Now, I want to
So
talk
what
to
about
you
him
about
being
your
married?
relationship with Brodus Perry, okay?
This motherfucker.
After y'all had sex, did Brodus give you any particular instructions?
Yes. He immediately told me to download a app for us to be able to communicate. That app was called Confide.
This motherfucker even know how to cheat. So she ain't the first person that he done cheated with. Best believe he's not the first. She's not the first person that he has cheated with. He even got an app to set the shit up. Like, this not his first time cheating with another woman. I promise you this is not his first time. Motherfucker even got an app to set the shit up to cheat.
Tell the jury what the Confide app did.
The Confide app, it's whenever you would send a message and when you read that message, it would disappear. You couldn't screenshot it or anything like that. It would immediately disappear once you took your finger off the screen.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did Brodus teach you how to use that app?
As we continued the app, it was probably maybe a week or two later, he found out that if you had, like, other people had your phone number in your phone and they had that app, then they could see you on it. So he had me to change my name on it and also change the way that I attached it to my account. So I went from having my phone number to coming up with a email address. So I made a new email address to be able to attach it that nobody else had.
And he taught you what all you needed to do for that app to do that.
Correct.
So that it could not be traceable back to you.
Correct.
And he did that all very quickly.
Yes.
Did he have, or was it
He set the shit up.
Was it a rule that you had to use that app to talk to him?
Most definitely. That was our main form of communication. As the relationship went on, if he wanted to use a different form of communication, like an email or maybe even direct messaging, he would then tell me, go to this platform or go to that one. But it was not, if I was to reach out to him without him reaching out to me first, I had to use the Confide app.
Did he set any other rules for your relationship?
Yes. As far as it came to trips that he wanted me to go on with him, I was the one who had to pay my way as far as airfare or travel, and then he would, his words would, he would then take care of the rest, meaning that I would have somewhere to stay. When I was in the hotel rooms, I was to stay naked. I couldn't have on any clothes. I had to
just walking around naked.
And the only way I would have clothes on is if, like, we were getting ready to go out. But other than that, when in the hotel room, I had to be naked. I couldn't, if something was to have happened to him as far as medically, he did not want me to call 911. I would have to call, who we referenced him as the professor, but it was Pastor Pointer.
Another pastor. So he got others helping him in the church. This what took it for me, y'all. This motherfucker got others in the church helping him do the shit. And that's why I say I really do not be tripping off the deacons, the pastors, the first ladies, and all this other type of shit. When I go to church, I do not pay attention to them, the people with the big ass hats on and stuff like that. I really do not be paying them attention. I'm listening to the music. I'm listening to the words, the message that's coming through the pastor or whatever. Like, and me, I can be naive at times. I know that, I can be naive, and I try to see the good in everybody. But this dirty, raggedy ass pastor, the whole church gonna burn it. Lord, hold on, y'all. Let me finish.
I would have to call him in order to get him emergency attention. He said verbatim lots of times, do not call 911.
Did he add any rules towards the end of your
relationship? Motherfucker died.
At the end of the relationship, he wanted me to say yes, sir, and no, sir to him.
Now, I want to kind of break those down individually, okay?
Okay.
You were required to use the Confide app.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about the travel, okay? What kind of trips did Brodus want you to come on?
The very first one was to Vegas. He had some convention or something that he was at, and so that was the first one. He had invited me to go to Cuba with him that year, but he ended up right at the last minute changing it, saying that Tabitha wanted to go with him, so she went with
That's the
him, and he
wife,
was
y'all,
like, well,
Tabitha.
since you're not going to Cuba, go ahead and sign up to go to Israel for the church group trip. So I signed up to go to Israel and paid my way for that. I traveled with him to Savannah whenever he would go with Pastor Pointer.
Were there some trips that were for the pastors
Yes.
and then other trips that were for the church group members?
The only church group that trip we went on was to Israel. The rest of them would be if he was doing something on his own, I guess, speaking engagement wise, or if he was following Pastor Pointer.
And then were there also personal trips?
And then we had personal trips.
If Brodus told you that he wanted you to go on that trip, was it expected that you would be on that trip?
I was on that trip.
Now I want to talk to you about the hotel room rule, okay? What would happen when Brodus would walk in and you were wearing clothing in a hotel room?
Once I did it and just, I don't know if I was cold or what, but when he was like, why do you still have on clothes? And when that happened, he withdrew affection from me. Like he was very cold, didn't want to be intimate until after I got undressed. But even then, it was then like a punishment I had to wait for him to decide that he was going to then give affection.
Now I want to talk to you about Pastor Pointer, okay?
Okay.
You called him the professor.
Yes.
What was his position within St. Mark's?
He was the lead pastor of St. Mark.
The lead
Did
pastor.
he know about your relationship with Brodus?
Of course.
Yes, we
And others
hung
as
out
well.
together a lot.
They dirty
And do you
ass.
know, is that why Pastor Pointer was supposed to be his medical emergency contact?
Correct.
Now, I want to talk to you about the beginning of your relationship with Brodus, okay? How would you describe y'all's relationship at the beginning?
At the beginning, it was, I'm gonna have to say, amazing. I felt beautiful. He showed me so much attention. We did all kind of things together. It was, even we gelled intellectually. It was a great relationship.
Everything that you didn't have before?
Everything I didn't have before, even to the fact I show up in my office and he had me a dozen of roses sent to me. It was just like everything that I wanted,
Of course,
everything
yeah.
that I even shared with him that I didn't have, he was giving it to me.
Did you also give him things?
Now, y'all, this the part that made me think about Robert and Miss Season. How he probably love bombed her and giving her stuff and tapping into her emotions and, just manipulating her and, making her feel like she the one and shit like that. And when I was listening to this, all I can see was Miss Season. I got to do better. Hold on, y'all.
Did.
What kind of things did Brodus like?
As the relationship progressed, he got into cigars, and that was a big thing for him, to the point to where he had someone to draw him up a logo, and then I selected the name, so he became the Smoking Savant. And so the more expensive the cigar, the better for him. Then it went from cigars to bourbon, and he had to have the best of the bourbons.
Did you buy him the best of the bourbons?
Yes, I did.
Did you buy him the best of cigars?
I did.
Did you buy him other things?
He wanted this Toomey briefcase for work. I think it was like $400. I got him that. He was working out, and so he needed more workout clothes, and so I purchased him
This nigga ain't
like
bought a car, a
$400
house, or
worth of
nothing.
gear and
A
Nike
business
gear.
or nothing.
There was a time when he wanted to redo his closet and get some things organized, and I bought all the organization things to make sure that whatever he needed, I did it so that he could be good.
Did he also expect you to do that?
It got to a point to where it did become an expectation.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your relationship, at some point, did Tabitha go to Florida?
Yes, in 2017, it was around, I think, October. Brody said that he had sent Tabitha back to Florida and that they were separated. He said that he just needed, he was feeling this urge of, he had this thing of saying that he was always wanting to be single. He never knew what it meant to be a single man. And so in that instance, he was sending her back so he could explore that to some degree.
Did he indicate to you that they were separated?
Yes.
So right then and there, it's another damn flag. So if he's telling you that he don't want to be with his wife because he's want to explore being single, where the fuck do that leave you at? Once again, y'all, I am not judging this young lady. I actually feel sorry for her. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But sometimes you gotta open up your damn eyes and pay attention. If he just sit up there and told you that he trying to explore, dating or, being single, where the fuck that leave you at? What possible position would that put you in if that's what he want to do? So right then and there, he telling you that he want to date you and other people and fuck other people. Like, damn, you missed it right there.
How long was she in Florida?
At least to after Christmas.
So
He
over
done
a
sent the
month,
wife to
Yes.
2
Florida.
months.
Yes.
And
Thanks,
during
Rita.
that period of time, were you staying with him a lot?
Yes, I stayed probably about 3 or 4 nights with him during that time. And we also went out of the country.
Now, I
What a
want to
damn
talk to
key
you
is it?
about when y'all would travel together, kind of what you would, or I'm sorry, not when you
Maybe
travel,
they go on.
the things that y'all would do together.
Okay.
Travel was one of them, right?
Yes.
And did you both get interested in bourbon?
I did start eventually tasting them. He would always ask me to taste and try to figure out the notes or the different contents of them, but it wasn't something that I just enjoyed.
What about cigars?
Again, I did begin to smoke certain
Of course.
cigars. He picked out one that was better for me than the others that wasn't too strong.
Did you go with him to cigar lounges?
Yes. Everywhere we traveled, we would find cigar lounges.
Did you actually pay his dues to cigar clubs?
The first, I paid 2 sets of dues. The first set of dues was at Dave's and Sons, and those weren't that much. And then the second one was at a club called 1836.
Were those expensive
They were $125.
a month?
Yes.
$125
Did he ask you to pay that?
No,
You just did
I
to
did
make him
because,
happy?
yes.
You knew you was going to do it anyway.
Did you engage in any physical activities together?
We ran together. We eventually began cycling. He got upset with me because I did not purchase his bike. I was like, I can't afford your $2,500 bike and mine, and that did cause him to be upset. But he eventually got his bike and I got mine, and we joined a cycling club together. We also exercised together. We would go swimming.
Y'all
So
listen
we
to this next
did
part.
those things.
Around those kind of activities, did you have any particular rules that you had to follow?
Now, if we were at the cigar lounge and we was not hanging out with a certain group, he would
Check this
have me to
motherfucker.
call a certain individual to invite her to come so that it looked like it was more of a church thing than it was just he and I hanging out. And that was just kind of the case even with the running. It was going to always be somebody
Yes,
from the
J-Lo.
church, even
Wow,
though they
baby.
didn't know they were a third party. It was the way of being able for us to still be together, but it not look like it was just us together. It would always be someone from.
So if y'all was the wife, right? If y'all was the wife and you saw her in other other members of the church together with your husband, you wouldn't think nothing of it at all. But when the shit hit the fan and I sit around and see all the people that you was with her, now you brought them in some shit. He done manipulated you to ask other church members to be involved in y'all cheating and shit. They unaware of what's going on or what y'all got going on. Y'all might sneak off or do whatever, but they're not paying no attention because he has a wife and you have a husband. Now you done got them in some bullshit. Because the wife gonna be mad at some motherfucker. Was y'all doing all this together? Like, that's crazy. This man is something else.
From the church.
And who made that rule to have somebody else always there?
That was him.
That was his ass. Punk ass.
I want to talk to you now about
Black shades.
ethical non-monogamy, okay?
Yes.
Did Brodus talk to you about ethical non-monogamy?
Yes.
Was this a lifestyle
made
that
up
he
a-
was interested in?
This
Yes.
motherfucker.
Can you
y'all.
tell the jury what Brodus told you about ethical non-monogamy? What is it?
Ethical non-monogamy.
It is
What
where
the fuck?
individuals are able to have multiple relationships, but everyone in the relationship must consent.
Ain't never heard of. Ain't
Did
never heard
Brodus
of.
tell you that he had talked to Tabitha about ethical non-monogamy?
He did.
Did he tell you that Tabitha had said she was comfortable with it, but he just hadn't told her about you yet?
He said that she had given him permission to be open on his side of the marriage.
So she was
That don't
not
even sound
allowed
right.
to be open on her side.
Correct.
That don't
But
even
he told
sound
you
right.
that she had given him permission to go outside.
Yes.
You
But
ain't
he
finna
had
be
not
fucking
told
nobody.
her about you, to your knowledge.
No, not to my knowledge.
Did
Come on, y'all. That shit don't even sound right. Ain't no motherfucking way that you gonna be fucking as many as people as you want to, and I'm not doing anything. Even though being married, I would not do anything. Me simply would just get a divorce and you go your fucking way and do what you want to do, and I'm gonna go my way and do what I want to do. I'm not gonna commit sin within my marriage. But ain't no way that I'm gonna allow my husband to go out and be fucking around, probably not wearing condoms, getting diseases, throwing motherfucking pH balances all over the motherfucking place. Ain't no motherfucking way. There's no way. So he told her this bullshit and she believed him. Like, I don't think that a human, I don't know, my mind goes everywhere all the time and I'm always analyzing what people is saying and people doing, you know. And ain't no way his wife said, oh, okay, you go ahead and you go screw everybody and I'm just going to sit here and just be with you. That shit don't even sound right. But hey, it is some women out there, y'all. It is some women out there that allows that type of dumbass shit. So yeah, you know, like I said, it's more to this story. I just heard her story of it, and I know she shot the husband and the wife, but I don't know if the wife is alive or not. I didn't get to that part. It's a part 2 of this that I'm gonna look into. You know, like I said, I hope Amora do a story on it because I really want to know more about it because it's her side, and if the wife is alive, it's the wife's side too. I want to hear, you know, other shit because this lady, you can't be this. You just. Ugh.
Did Brodus ever give you a book to read?
The Ethical Slut is the book that
Ethical Slut
he
book to
wanted me
read.
to read so that I could have a more
Wow.
foundation and knowledge of this lifestyle that
slut.
he was wanting to be in.
This motherfucker.
Did you read that book?
I did.
Yes, you did.
Were
of
you
course.
interested in the lifestyle espoused by that book?
No, I was not.
How soon into the relationship did Brodus Perry start discussing this concept of ethical non-monogamy?
Actually, it started, so we were just having conversations about things in life that we wanted to do, bucket list type of things that we were curious in. And at that time, he was like, one of the things I want to do is have a threesome. And I was like, yeah, no, that's nothing I've ever thought about. But he was like, well, I've had one before, but I
This
paid
motherfucker
for it, and
risky,
this time I
y'all.
want to have one where I don't have to pay for it. And so he began to speak
This
about,
motherfucker is
he would,
risky.
the term he would use is Tabitha and I being sister wives. Didn't quite know what that meant, but as things went on, he would start to talk about me watching them have sex. And he was
Wow.
like, but I think she'll be on board with it, just give it time. But so this would be the dialogue.
So he grooming her
And
already.
that dialogue just continued on to where it went from watchers to now wanting to have the threesomes, and
He grooming her
then
already.
that's when the ethical slut was introduced. And so it was just like a progression of this lifestyle that he wanted.
So kind of breaking that down, how far into the relationship did he start discuss wanting a watcher with you?
It was pretty early on. I would have to say it was before they took their
Now
trip
he
to
wants
Cuba,
somebody
which
to
was around his
watch.
birthday in May, that he began to
Sick
talk.
ass.
He was talking about the watcher. So that was 3 months.
Was that a different trip than the birthday?
Yeah, I just want to say this, and I'm gonna let the recording play. But as a side chick, right? You know, thank God I never had to be nobody's side chick, because I ain't coming to nobody. I ain't coming. I gotta be number one. It gotta be about me at all times, or the shit is off. Period. But when you say he is risk, like I don't know, like I'll be thinking, if he having this type of talks with me, if he cheating with me, if he know how to download apps that's helping him cheat, and he know how to set the shit up, and you know what I'm saying, like it will make me be like, damn, have he did this before? Like it just amazes me that I don't know if she did or she didn't, because she never says it in here that that type of shit came across her mind. But as a woman, like I will be like, is he, am I the only one? Or, it will be some type of thoughts in my head about this man that will completely throw me off, because first off, I know he has a wife at home. Like that's the first thing that'll throw me off, is that he a cheater. Like if he cheating with me, then that makes him a cheater. Regardless if I had a husband and we did, he's still a goddamn cheater. And then just to come up with all these tactics and shit about a app, about, when we gonna meet, you bring another person with you to throw everybody off. This nigga is a professional. And, Lord, yeah, okay.
Trip that he took where he had the threesome?
Yes, that was a different trip.
Okay. Did the threesome birthday trip happen while y'all were together or before?
It happened while we were together.
Did you know that he was going to do that?
The
Wait a minute,
threesome
child.
trip
I think I
in
missed
Cuba?
something.
No, when he went and paid for the threesome.
Oh, that was well before I knew him. But I think she'll be on board with it, just give it time. But so this would be the dialogue. And that dialogue just continued on to where it went from watchers to now wanting to have the threesomes, and then that's when the ethical slut was introduced. And so it was just like a progression of this lifestyle that he wanted.
So kind of breaking that down, how far into the relationship did he start discuss wanting a watcher with you?
It was pretty early on. I would have to say it was before they took their trip to Cuba, which was around his birthday in May, that he began to talk. He was talking about the watcher. So that was 3 months.
Was that a different trip than the birthday trip that he took where he had the threesome?
Yes, that was a different trip.
Okay.
I haven't been to the grocery store in months because this delivery service offers
This
hundreds of
motherfucker,
high-quality,
yeah.
non-GMO.
Did the threesome birthday trip happen while y'all were together or before?
It happened while we were together.
Did you know that he was going to do that?
The threesome trip in Cuba?
No, when he went and paid for the threesome.
Oh, that was well before I knew him.
Okay. At any point, did you watch him and Tabitha have sex?
No,
Was Tabitha ever invited to watch you and Brodus have sex?
no,
No.
Were
hell
you
no.
comfortable with the concept of a watcher?
no,
Was Brodus persistent about a watcher?
very much so.
Explain that for me.
Everywhere we went, he would even text me and say, "Hey, you need to find us a watcher. Find us a watcher." And so I
Now he
got
got
to the
you all
point. I
looking
was like,
for
if
some
I can
ass.
find somebody, hopefully I can get him to stop. So I was
Got you all looking
I
for
asked a
ass.
friend of mine if she would do it for us, and she was like, "If I do, we're taking it to our grave." He had me to tell her to download Confide, and we were able to dialogue three-way, and the things that he was asking her to do, she just backed out.
Did that whole thing make you very uncomfortable?
Very
You
much
should.
so.
Why
should
were you
have.
willing to even entertain it?
Right.
I wanted to make him happy.
Girl.
So now I want to talk to you about Brodus wanting to expand the ethical non-monogamy. Well, I guess first, was he actually engaging in ethical non-monogamy?
No,
Tabitha had no idea any of this was going on, right?
no,
As
Right.
far as you knew,
Of course she
she
didn't.
knew that that's what he wanted, but he hadn't told her.
far as I knew, correct.
And you've heard differently from even that here.
Yes,
Did Brodus ask you about expanding the relationship beyond you?
he did.
When he asked you about that, how did you respond?
I told him I didn't want to.
Did he tell you, well, my wife's on board with it, so why isn't my girlfriend?
That's exactly what he said.
Did that cause problems between you and Brodus?
At first, no, but as it continued to go on, it did. Especially after he joined like this, he called it a book club, but they met on Marco Polo talking about the book, The Ethical Slut. And so the more that he engaged in that, it became to where it was, because he was more like,
What the fuck is
why are
an
you not on
ethical
board with
slut?
this? And I'm like,
How slut?
why would I
ethical?
be? Like, it doesn't make sense, because we already have limited time together. So why would I say, yes, you can be able to be with multiple women? And so it was that part, it was hard.
Did you love Brodus, Mary?
Of course.
I shouldn't have, but I did.
Were you in love with Brodus Perry?
I was.
Were you wanting to build a life with Brodus Perry?
I wanted what we had at that time, yes.
And y'all saw each other frequently, right?
We saw each other just about every day. I would cook for him, and so he would come to my office to eat lunch. If he didn't come to the office, I would drop it off for him. But it got to the point to where he knew my code to my office, so he would just come in. He knew where to get his lunch, warm it up, and if I had a session, of course, he would wait out in his vehicle, but other than that, he would come in and we would sit there and have lunch every day.
How did Brodus react when you told him that you were not open to expanding to allow him to have more girlfriends?
He was emotionally distant. Like, well, he would tell me, well, you need to go and find someone. And I'd be like, I don't want anyone but you. And so he knew that would play on like my insecurities. So one time when he said, you need to go out and find someone, I said, well, what if I do? And he said, well, then we won't be together. So he knew that was going to get to me because I wanted to be with him. I enjoyed our time together when we did have it. And so he used the emotional part, the affection. He would give it to me, withdraw it if I wasn't really complying with what he wanted.
Since all of this has happened, have you had time to really retrospectively consider your relationship with Brodus?
Yes.
I want to talk to you, we'll get back to that. I want to talk to you about that Marco Polo group, okay?
Okay.
Brodus was in an ethical non-monogamy group with 2 other women, right?
Yes.
Were you a part of that group?
I was not.
Were you ever allowed to be involved with that group?
I wasn't.
But you knew about it.
Yes.
Would he have let you contribute?
That was the first time that of any activity that he done that he didn't even invite me to do.
Did he actively keep it from you?
I would say so, because with any other thing he did, even to joining like a bourbon society, like we had memberships to a lot of things together, but that was one thing that he did not invite me to.
I want to talk to you about when Brodus and Tabitha Perry moved to Memphis, okay?
Okay.
Mississippi Boulevard reached out to Brodus, right?
To my knowledge, according to him, the pastor from Mississippi Boulevard reached out to Pastor Pointer, and then Pastor Pointer shared that with Brodus.
Had Brodus, to your knowledge, had any issues at St. Mark's?
Yes, he would tell me a lot about conflict that he was having with some of his coworkers. And then there was one instance where, according to him, he had misuse of a credit card.
Your Honor, this is going to the context of their relationship, just getting background on, and this is going to her buying things, paying for things. This is a debt that she repaid for him, and that's what it's going into.
So it gets silent on the video at this point. I guess the judge wanted to know more, because I think the the prosecution maybe, because y'all know I don't know this stuff, but they didn't want her to talk about the credit cards and all that other type of stuff. So I guess they're trying to see why was that relevant for her to be discussing, and they took they turned the volume off or whatever for them to discuss that for a minute. Let me see, because I don't want to go too far away.
Ms. Daniels, I'm going to rephrase my question a little bit, okay? At some
The
point,
judge allowed
did a situation
Just reworded
arise where you had to pay back money to the church for Brodus?
Yes.
How much was that?
The debt was $2,500, but I ended up getting him $2,300, and he got very upset with me about it.
Why did he get upset with you about it?
Because he wanted me to do the full price.
He didn't want to pay shit.
And that was not your debt, right?
No.
So, did Brodus talk to you when this other church reached out to him?
He did.
Did he discuss with you whether or not he should accept it?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I told him I thought it was a great opportunity for him.
Why?
Because of the things that was being shared to me, that some things he was dealing with within the employment at St. Mark. I thought that would be a great thing for him. So he sent me his resume, told me to change it to performance-based, and I did that, and he went to the interview.
Is Mississippi Boulevard a prestigious church?
To my knowledge,
And you're not from here, right?
no,
You've never lived in Memphis?
I have not.
Did he eventually, to your knowledge, accept that position at Mississippi Boulevard?
Yes.
Did the church have a going away party for Brodus and Tabitha Perry?
I planned a going away party. Actually, he had two. He had one at the Cigar Lounge and then one for the church.
Who planned the party at the Cigar Lounge?
I did.
Who planned the party at the church?
I did.
Who paid for the majority of the gifts?
I did. And then he gave me a backstory on how to be able to elicit money from the other members of the church so that he could have a certain amount of money for when he left.
This dirty motherfucker.
Like it was, hey, reach out to the life groups and tell them, I'm going away and we're going to do monetary gifts. So that's what I did.
Did he get monetary gifts from that?
He did.
Before Brodus left, did he give you his new address in Memphis?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk to you about after they moved, okay?
Okay.
Did your relationship with Brodus Perry continue after he moved to Memphis?
Yes.
Would Brodus come back to Little Rock?
He would.
Do you know why he would come? Why he would come back?
Yes. The main reason why he would come back is because of his orthodontics appointments. And then also he was building up a business and a consulting business, and he was beginning to he had one client that he was coming back to begin to do some consulting with.
What would happen when he came in town between the two of y'all?
We would meet up at the hotel and hang out.
I want to, and was that he would come in town and he would contact you?
Yes.
And y'all would get together?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk to you about April the 15th. I'm sorry, not April the 15th, March the 15th of 2019, okay?
Okay.
Did Brodus come in town that day?
He did.
Did he text you?
He did.
Did you meet him at the hotel?
I did.
Do you recall what hotel?
I think it may have been Spring Hill.
What happened after you went to the hotel?
The first time I went to the hotel, it was, just a drop off. He had asked me to bring him, to go buy him something to eat and to stop by and get him some bourbon. After I brought that to him, we made an agreement to meet up later on. I had called him and as it was getting later and say, hey, what time are we going to meet up? And he was just like, I don't know, I'll let you know. But he never called. So I was at home and I was like, I'm just gonna break up with him. Like I'm not gonna do this treatment. Like no. I went to the lounge. I still had some gifts to give him.
Hey,
and
Vanessa.
He was coming out. And I said, unlock your car, and I started putting the gifts in. Well, once he got closer to me, he just hugged me and gave me the key to the room and was like, go to the room. So I was like, okay, and I did.
Once he hugged you, was it all better?
It was.
Never sue the other driver after a car
Once he
accident.
hugged her,
There's a better way to
it
get
was
paid a
all
way
better.
bigger check without having to go to court or pay.
Is that kind of how it went with Brodus?
Yes.
So tell me about what happened after that.
That was one of the times that I still had my clothes on. So of course, when he got in there, he's like, why you still got clothes on? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I got undressed. I did tell him, I said, I was coming to break up with you because of the way you're treating me. And
treat
he
you like
laughed
the
it off
ethical
and was
son.
like, well, why didn't you? And I was like, because I really do love you. He came over to the bed, started tickling me. We laughed it off. And then as we began to engage in,
Yeah, this right here took me. It took me.
what I thought was going to be love making was not that night.
Can you tell me what happened?
As I was performing oral sex on him, he began to thrust himself inside my mouth really hard. And I told him that was hurting.
Shit would have shut
Then he
down.
grabbed my hair. I had long hair, and he wrapped my hair around his hand and he started yanking it. And when he wasn't thrusting himself in my mouth, he was pulling my hair really hard. And with his other hand, he would just hit me and hit me and hit me. And I was like, it's hurting. And he was like, you better not bite me. You better not bite me. And then after that, we had sex, and it was just rough, and it was hard, and it was just not what I was used to. And then once we finished, something he never ever does was he rolled over and just gave me the cold shoulder, and I was like, "You're not gonna hold me?" And he was like, "No," and just went to sleep.
How did that make you feel?
I felt so used.
You should have felt it a long time ago.
Did that
You should have
affect
felt
you?
it a long time ago.
Yes. I was just like, what has always happened to me?
Did you decide anything when you were in that emotional state?
Well, that particular night, I just was, that morning, we stayed the night together, and that morning he got up and he left. He was getting dressed, and I was like, where are you going? Like, we always shower together. And he was like, and I was like, where are you going with still smelling like me? And he was like, none of your business. I was like, since when did you not tell me your schedule? And he left. Well, he was getting ready to leave. So I got up and I got dressed. And as I got dressed, I grabbed the key card for the room off the thing. And he laughed it off, and I left. And later on, I texted and said, hey, are we meeting up again? And he was like, I'll let you know. Of course, the day went on. I had rearranged everything, thinking that he was going to end up we would see each other earlier that day, but I didn't. And so that night, when I still didn't hear from him, I decided to head to the room. And as I was going, he was there. But in my wanting to head to the room, I had made the decision that I was going to kill myself in front of him, because I just wanted him to feel the pain that he was causing me.
That's so sad.
So when we got in the room, he was already in there by the time I parked and got in.
Hey, Carla.
And I pulled out my gun and I told him, you about to feel the same pain that you've been giving me.
Did you ever threaten him?
No.
Did you threaten yourself?
I told him I was going to kill myself.
What did he do?
He began to tell me no, and he kept saying that he loved me and that we can fix it. And I was just like, no, you're treating me so bad. And he was just like, that's not, I love you, I love you. And eventually he talked me into putting the gun on the counter and coming over and sitting and talking to him.
Did that restore a reason for you to live in that moment?
That's crazy. Not her kids,
It
not
did.
nothing. That a man restored your
Was this the
purpose of
first
living.
time that you had gotten to the point of hopelessness, that you
Hey, she
felt
be
like you
super.
needed to kill yourself?
Not in a relationship, no.
Have you struggled for a long time with depression and suicidal ideations?
Yes.
After Rhoda's convinced you to put down the gun, did he take the gun away from you?
No.
Did he take the gun from the counter?
It wasn't until I got ready to leave when I went back to try to get it, and then he pushed me out of the way and he got it.
He didn't want you to be able to leave with the gun?
No.
And was he worried what you would do with it?
Yes, but he made me promise to meet him the next morning at the lounge.
Did he,
Hey,
do
Lacondas.
you know where he put the gun?
At that time, I did not.
But he kept it from you, right?
Yes.
And you later found out that he had placed it in a locker at the cigar lounge?
Yes.
After that happened, did you realize that you needed a little bit of time?
Yes.
What did you do?
I made a plan to go and be with my friend. She she is a therapist, but I wasn't. I just needed to get away, and she had an extra room, and so I just told her that I needed her to watch me and to just be there if I needed her. And
was she in Little Rock?
she lived in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
So how far away from Little Rock?
About a 45-minute drive.
Is she someone that you also worked with?
Yes.
So these are
At
nurses.
that point in
Well, she's a
time, were
nurse.
you pretty desperate for,
Yes, I even was gonna go and be with another friend of mine who was a clinician, but she lived in St. Louis. But she then, by the time it was for me to leave one friend to go to her, was then going through some marital issues herself, so I decided not to go to her house.
during the time that you stayed with your friends, were you speaking with Rhodas?
Very limited.
When you got back to Little Rock, did you resume speaking with Rhodas?
I did.
Were y'all still together at that point?
Yes.
I want to talk to you about April the 4th, 2019, okay?
Yes.
Can you tell me about the text that you got on April the 4th?
I had sent our regular good morning text. I didn't hear anything from him that morning. And then later in the afternoon, I seen what he had responded. And so I opened it up. And it said, I think our time is up. So he had broke up with me via this disappearing text.
How did
On
that
the app.
affect you?
That's crazy.
I felt so used and worthless, and I just felt like trash. Like, who does that to somebody who they say that they love?
That's crazy.
How did you react after you read that?
I wrote a letter. I wrote a suicide note to my family because I was just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of it all. And I just wanted I wanted the pain to end. So I wrote a note and made a plan to take my life.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Latasha, do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
This is the note that I wrote to my family.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be made the next numbered exhibit. In objection.
Objection, Your Honor.
Should be 22.
We'll show the suicide letter as exhibit 22.
Yes. Hey, Marissa.
Latasha, can you tell me the date and time of that letter?
April 4th, 2019 at 3:14 p.m.
Can you read that letter to the jury?
To my family, I'm sorry that I have let you down. I tried my best to be the person you all thought I was. I tried to be the person you could count on and be proud of. However, I have been depressed for a long time. I did well with coping until the past 2 years. My world changed February 24th, 2017. And the shit just keeps getting worse. I know what I have been through may be nothing to some. And you don't understand why I couldn't bounce back. I have fought hard for so long to keep things together. I didn't trust anyone to know deep down how bad I was struggling. Only a handful few people knew, but they couldn't help me. To my fellas, I'm so sorry that I have let you down. I have fought hard to be the best mother I could be to each of you. I pray that what I have taught you will stick with you forever. Please don't be ashamed of me. Mother, thank you for being my mother. Please know that although you didn't think I loved you, I really did. I wanted so badly for us to be close. There was many times I just wanted to crawl into your arms and have you hold me. I'm sorry for being a failure. I tried to make you proud of me. Words can't explain or express the pain I feel at this moment. I have pretended for so long to be happy. I have tried to work through the pain and begin to heal. But just as my life would have it, yet another loss appears to remind me just how much of a failure I am. I don't have any insurance and I don't have any money. So please, just have me cremated.
No
Don't
insurance.
worry about
Wait a
my
minute,
service.
y'all. Wait.
I don't want to be a burden.
Wait,
I'm
y'all.
sorry for letting all you down.
So, you mean to tell me that you done paid memberships at a cigar bars, bought this man $400 worth of Nike gear to work out in, going on trips, paying for flights, and you don't have any insurance on yourself?
I love you as all so much, and I wish I could live myself as much as I wish I could love myself as much as I love you all. Please take care of my fellas and always remind them of my
Hey,
love for
Elevator
them.
Aura. Thank you.
I'm not being selfish. I just don't know how.
Yes, Miss Brooklyn girl, that's sad. Love a man more than you love
I
yourself.
don't know. Okay, I don't know. This got out of hand, but it says, "I'm sorry for letting all of you down, and I love you all so much. I wish I could love myself as much as
Beautiful
I love
woman.
you all.
She's a beautiful
Please
woman.
take care of my fellas and always remind them of my love for them. I'm not being selfish. I just don't know how to continue bearing the pain I have felt for over 25 years of my life. With each loss, hurt, disappointment, etc. I've experienced through the years, it only added to my current state of mind. I thought I could continue to push through and be strong, the strong Tasha everyone know, but I can't. I'm weak, and I have been for over the past year and a half. I thought I would bounce back. I prayed consistently, but I guess God no longer hears my prayers since I wasn't doing His will. I'm not perfect. I've messed up so many times in my life. The thing I wanted to be the most successful in, I messed up not once but twice. Well, really 3 times. I will leave that for you all to find in my journal.
Patrick. You read that at 3:14 p.m.
Yes.
Where did you leave that?
I left it in my phone because I knew my little sister would find it because she helped me with my appointments. And that's the phone she used for making my appointments.
Did you leave it for her to find?
Yes.
What did you do after you wrote that note?
I drove to Sherwood to go purchase a gun
Why did you go purchase a gun?
because I didn't have my other one.
What was the purpose of the gun?
I wanted to
It
live
is
my
sad,
life,
sad, Rita.
and
It
I
really
felt
is.
like that was going to be the best way to do it.
When you went to that store, were you buying a gun to kill yourself, or were you buying a gun to kill someone else?
I was buying a gun to kill myself. I had a whole plan.
What was your plan?
I didn't want to do it at my house because my son lived with me. So I decided, as I was just thinking about all the pain, to go to this park in Jacksonville, Arkansas.
How far away from Little Rock was that park?
Jacksonville might be about a 20-minute drive from my home. And the reason why I chose that was because that's where Brodus was. He wasn't from Jacksonville, Arkansas, but the Jacksonville part of it was attached to him. And the name of the park was Johnson Park, which was attached to my second ex-husband. And then Ray Road, my daddy's middle name was Ray, so I just associated with all the pain from the men in my life, and so that's where I was gonna go.
How did you go there?
I was gonna drive in my car. It's from my home it would have been straight down 440.
Is that an interstate?
Yes.
What happened while you were driving to Johnson Park?
As I was driving, I saw the Memphis exit. And so then I was like, go talk to him, Tasha. Just go let him see you. Go see why. And that's what I did. I just drove so I can see him face to face and hope that I can get something from him besides the fact that he broke up with me with a disappearing text. And as I was driving, he did text me, and as he was telling me that he still loved me. So I was trying to just figure out what was going on.
Still willing, I am.
What did you do after you saw the Memphis exit?
I took it, and I drove to Memphis.
Where did you go?
I went down to where I knew he would possibly be, which was a lounge. I guess it's in the downtown Memphis area called The Pocket. At the time, I think it was a fairly new lounge that he, when he got employment at Mississippi Boulevard, one of the members there had told him about.
Did you go to the Pocket because Brodus told you he goes to the Pocket on Thursdays?
Yes.
Do you remember what time you arrived?
I don't. I just know it was dark, and I know that I circled around for approximately 30 minutes trying to find a parking spot because I didn't know that you couldn't like park on the street. That everything down there was paid. Yeah.
Just to back up for a second.
Right.
When you went to the gun store to buy the gun to kill yourself, what did you take with you?
Just my license and my debit card.
Yeah, so this part right here kind of got me a little bit because first she said that she was hoping to see him downtown in Memphis. So she rode around for 30 minutes. But I don't know if her lawyer said it now or not, but the lawyer said, well, so he was going to be at the cigar lounge on Thursday. So which one was it? You went straight to the cigar lounge because you knew that he was going to be down there, or you drove around 30 minutes? Now, I'm not disputing that she probably wanted to, commit suicide or whatever. But something right here kind of like threw me a little bit because that was two different things. So if you knew he was going to be at the cigar lounge on Thursday, why not just say I went to the cigar lounge? I went to exactly where he was at. But she said she drove around for at least 30 minutes looking for him. So I don't know.
Where was your purse?
I guess I left it at home.
Did you bring just necessities with you to the gun store?
Yes.
And you left the gun store right after you finished purchasing the gun, right?
Yes.
How did you select the gun?
I went with what was the cheapest that was on. They have a wall that has all the guns, the names, and the prices, and I just chose the cheapest one.
How did you select ammunition?
Whatever the guy told me to get, I got it. Cause I was about to walk out the store he was like, do you need ammunition? I was like, oh yeah. And so he told me whatever he recommended, I was like, yes.
And did you see on the video where he was showing you different types of ammunition?
Yes.
Is that what he was saying?
Right. And I told you couldn't hear, but I was like, I don't know. Just what you whatever you tell
Brooklyn
me.
girl.
When you left the gun store, what did you do with the gun?
I think it was still in the bag. I went home because I did wanted to leave my son something. So I had stopped at the ATM and got out whatever money I could get. And so when I got home, I put that in his room, and then
Cinching in my waist, shaping everything nicely. It's seamless, lifting up those.
I changed clothes, and I dumped some bullets out on the bed and just grabbed a handful of them and took the gun and left the house.
What did you do with the handful of bullets in the gun?
Once I got in my car, because I was trying to hurry up and leave because I didn't want him to come home while I was there, I loaded the gun in my car. And once whatever was left over, I put everything into my coat pocket that was sitting in the passenger seat.
Now, when you parked downtown, where did you go?
I started walking in the direction which I knew the lounge was. And once I got on the street, I started walking up the street, and I actually saw Brodus coming out of the lounge, and I walked past him.
Were there any rules in your relationship regarding how to behave when you saw him in public?
Yes, I was not to approach him because I never knew who he may have in his company. So I was not to approach him, but if he acknowledged me, then I could have, talk to him.
Did you come within his sight?
Yes.
Did he acknowledge you?
Yes.
You actually walked right?
I walked past him, and so he said, so you're just going to walk past me and not say anything?
At that point in time, did y'all engage in a conversation?
Yes.
After you talked with Brodus, what did y'all figure out?
Well, we decided that because his thing was I still wasn't wanting to be on board with him and this non-monogamy and have been able to see other women. So we came to I told him, well, we still haven't told Tab. You've always said something about telling Tab, so we haven't told Tabitha. And
forget about she was coming to do what she
he
came
said,
to
okay,
do.
we'll tell Tabitha. He told me to go to the apartment and just talk to her about tenants until he got there, and that once he was there, we would tell her. He had to go to his boss house to drop off something. And so he gave me a backstory as to what to tell her if she asked me while I was in town, and we left. But before leaving, we came to the resolve that once we told Tabitha about the relationship, we had a trip that was planned to go. We was going to Kentucky. If she said yes, then that would be a new start, a fresh start. But if she said no, then that would be the trip that we would end.
Did Brodus indicate to you that he was going to tell Tabitha while you
No,
were at
J.
the
Lou, she
apartment?
not the
Yes.
wife. The wife
About your
name is
relationship.
Tabitha.
Yes.
And what would have happened, or would you have been allowed to tell Tabitha without his okay?
I didn't know.
What, would you have been able to continue a relationship with Brodus if you had done that?
No.
So I want to talk to you then about when you left downtown, okay? Where did you go?
I put in the address that he had given me, and so that address did say Collierville.
Didn't she
I
say
didn't
that
know
he
how
already gave
far
her the
away it
address?
was or anything. I just placed it in the GPS.
Wait a minute, y'all. Didn't she say that he already had gave her his address where he was going to move to in Memphis? So she already had the address where he was living in Memphis.
Do you remember what time you arrived at the apartment?
I know it was late. I just remember when we were there and we were talking, I remember the news coming on.
It's probably around 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So you left Little Rock, Arkansas at approximately 5 o'clock, right? And drove to downtown Memphis, right?
Yes. Yes.
That takes about 2.5 hours.
Yes.
How long would you
hours.
say that you were talking with Brodus?
We talked for a while because I remember the valet pulling the car up a ways and getting out, and just because he was sitting in there waiting on him and we never did, so he just pulled it up and we continued to talk.
So then you left downtown, it was dark,
Yes.
drove to Collierville.
Yes.
What did you do when you arrived at the apartment?
I circled around because I couldn't, it was dark and I really couldn't see like numbers or anything. So I circled around, and then I guess eventually I found the building number and I parked and found my way to their apartment according to the address.
I promise you, she been there before.
If I may just have
Promise you, she been to that man's house before in Memphis.
This is part of Exhibit 12. Latasha, is that your car?
Yes.
Hey, Miss Dimitri.
Is this also a photograph of your vehicle?
Yes.
Which vehicle is yours in that picture?
The silver one?
This one?
Yes.
While you were sitting in your car, did you call Brodus?
I did. And I shared with him that I was a little nervous and could we just go somewhere and talk? And he said, no, we're going, you wanted to talk to Tabitha, we're going to talk to her.
Did he answer every time you called him?
I didn't call him a lot, but I did that night.
Before you walked inside, was there a time you called him and he didn't answer?
No,
Okay, not that you recall.
not that I recall.
After you had talked to him and he said, no, we're gonna do this, what did you do?
I went to the apartment and knocked on the door.
Were you wearing your coat?
Yes.
When did you put on your coat?
When I got out of the car to go to find him at the lounge.
Is that when you were walking around downtown at night by yourself?
Yes.
Did you ever take your coat off after leaving downtown?
No.
When you left downtown, how would you describe your feelings?
I was a little hopeful. I was like, okay, maybe, we can get some resolve. We can get back to normal. And so that's what I was focused on.
I didn't even trip off
And
that.
when he insisted on
Oliver
telling
thing.
Tabitha, did you
I
get
don't
even
think she
more?
did.
Yes.
So what did you do?
Right,
Did you
you
get
know.
out of your car?
Yes, I got out of my car.
Were you still wearing your jacket?
Yes.
Did it register to you that you had a gun in your pocket?
It did not.
Did you go to the apartment?
I did.
What did you do when you got to the door?
I knocked on the door. And I can't remember, but I ended up bending down. And that's when she said, I'm not going to open the door for someone I don't see. And so I knocked again. And that's when she was like, Tasha, is that you?
What do you mean you bent down?
I don't know if, I couldn't remember if it was time or sure or something. I just remember bending down, which is why she didn't see me when I knocked the first time.
You just don't remember?
No, I don't, yeah.
Who answered the door?
Tabitha.
What did she do when she answered the door?
She, once she opened it, she embraced me and said hello and welcomed me in.
Did you go inside?
I did.
Where did you go when you went inside?
She positioned for me toward the couch, and she sat on one end and I sat on the other.
And that would be Your Honor, if I may put, this is part of the cumulative exhibit. Is this the couch that you're referring to?
Yes.
And you were seated on this side?
I was.
And Tabitha was seated on this side?
Yes.
Did you talk to Tabitha?
Yes, we talked. We talked about tennis, but right before we kind of got into the tennis talk, she had made a phone call to Brodus.
And what did she say to him?
She told him, she asked how long it was going to be before he got there. And then she told him she had a surprise for him.
When Tabitha let you into the apartment,
That's crazy.
did she close the door behind you?
That's
Yes.
crazy.
You and Tabitha were sitting alone in the apartment with a closed door, right?
Yes.
Would anybody outside of the apartment have been able to see in through that door?
No.
She could have did something to her.
How
That's
long did you
crazy.
sit talking with Tabitha?
Again, I know the news ended up coming on, so maybe 15 minutes or so.
At any point, did you pull your gun out and threaten Tabitha?
No.
At any point, did you verbally threaten Tabitha?
No.
At any point, were you trying to hurt Tabitha?
Not at all.
Were you happy to be there about to have this conversation with Tabitha?
Yes.
Was Brodus there yet?
No.
Now, I want to talk to
That's
you
crazy.
about when Brodus Perry arrived, okay?
Okay.
When he walked in the door, could you see him?
Yes.
Can you describe his demeanor when he saw you?
When he came in, he didn't look surprised or anything, which is what I thought he would do since he knew I was going to be there. But he was just like, I think Tab was like, surprise. And
That's crazy.
he was like, this not a surprise. I thought you had some keto cookies for me. And from there, he was like, what are you doing here? And then I went with the story again that I was in town for a conference. And we just kind of started engaging in small talk. He came and sat beside me. And then after about a minute or so, was like, would you like a pour?
What is a pour?
A pour is some bourbon.
Did you accept the pour of bourbon?
I did.
Where was Brodus seated?
He was approximately a foot or two from me.
I'm putting back up from the cumulative exhibit,
That blue chair?
this blue chair right here,
Yes.
and you are seated here.
Yes.
And Tabitha.
I
was
don't think
seated
so. My
here.
black
Yes.
is beautiful. I think this is the first time
After
she's
you
spoke
accepted the
with the
pour
wife.
of bourbon from him, did he make any comments about you drinking?
He came back and sat down, and as we were talking, he would make references to me
Yeah,
drinking
J-Lo.
and would say, well, I think you're gonna have to stay the night. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is about to get into this conversation. But he never would give me eye contact. But he would continue to make, it's like, we have to clean off the bed in there because it has a lot of clothes on it. And, but I'm still looking at him to get.
I don't think
like,
so, J-Lo.
to see where you going with this. But he never did lead into the conversation. He actually started asking me questions like, so where are you staying in Memphis? And I'm like, that wasn't part of what you told me you was gonna say. So I don't know Memphis. He knows I didn't know Memphis. And so I didn't know what to say. I finally said an Airbnb. And then Tabitha was like, where? And I was like, downtown. And then that conversation ended. And he continued to say something about me staying the night, but never going into the conversation of what we were supposed to be talking about.
Had you ever been into that apartment before?
No.
On April the 4th, when you were there, what part of the apartment did you go into?
I walked through the front door, which led into a small little hallway and right into their kitchen area.
And then into the living
And
room?
then into, yes.
Did you go into any bedroom?
No.
Your Honor, this is part of the cumulative exhibit 13. Did you ever go into the guest bedroom?
I did not.
What is all over the bed in the guest bedroom?
Clothes?
Had you seen that?
No.
But those are the clothes Brodus was talking about?
Yes.
When he was talking about clearing off the bed, you sleeping over, did you think that was his jumping off point to talk to Tabitha?
I thought so.
How were you feeling at that point?
Very nervous.
Were you also excited?
I think I was more nervous because I just didn't know which way it was going to go, but hopeful.
At some point, you lost hope.
Yes.
And you said you were going to leave.
Yes.
Why did you decide to leave?
I saw that it wasn't going anywhere. Like I said, he was not giving me eye contact. So I knew, or I felt like he had changed his mind. And I just didn't want to keep sitting there feeling, at that point, stupid.
What happened after you said you were going to leave?
Tabitha got up, he got up, and so she began to tell me about watching for the police, because I had been drinking.
Had you drank a lot?
No, not at all.
J-Lo.
She still was just letting me know. And she began to walk toward the door. And
I used Hint to get a drawing of my soulmate, and I still can't believe how accurate it was. So a while ago, I came across this app that draws your soulmate based on just a few questions. Honestly, I thought it was just for fun, but
I asked him, would he walk me out? He said no. And I said, why not, sir? That's Southern hospitality for you to walk a woman outside when it's dark. Because I wanted to just get him to see like what happened. Why didn't you follow through? But he refused to walk me out. So Tabitha opened the door and was walking out. I was still trying to get him to walk me out. And as I reached into my pockets to get my keys, I remember being outside the door, and then the next thing I was standing in their kitchen.
Now you was in the house all this
Do
time,
you deny that
and you didn't
shot
realize you had a gun.
I do
So you-
not.
Do you deny that you shot Tabitha?
I don't, but I know it wasn't intentional.
Did you mean to shoot Tabitha?
Sorry, J-Lo.
No, I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
When you went to that apartment that day, did you intend to use your gun on either Brodus or Tabitha?
No.
When you went there, what was your purpose in going there?
Thinking that I was gonna get some kind of ending to the relationship.
Why would you shoot the wife?
And what do you mean?
Like, okay, of course, after I got to, talking to him at the lounge, we had a plan. It was either gonna be a start or an ending, but it was something that I could see, like I knew it wasn't just a disappearing text but still I love you, So I went to the apartment, I guess, for lack of a better word, to get some resolve.
Did you have
But you shoot
hope
the
given
wife,
that
for
Tabitha
what?
was open to the open marriage?
I was nervous about that because, like I said, he had told me she had these rules about not nobody that and
And you
things
still
like
didn't
that. So I'm
shoot
like,
yourself.
she knows me.
You shot the husband and your wife,
so
but you still
I don't know
didn't
what
shoot
that was going
yourself.
to be like.
What your
I didn't
original
even
plan
think about
was.
anything beyond that.
As far as Tabitha goes, this is a person that you became friendly with, right?
Correct.
How did you balance that with having an affair with her husband?
It was very
Right.
hard. She, like, we started off, she had approached me to invite me to lunch. It came out of nowhere, and I didn't know, like, what was really going on, because by this time, Brodus had been talking about us being sister wives. And so when she asked me, I was a little confused, because I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the wife knew something was up.
Has he talked to her about it? But she never said anything about our relationship. Even when we began to play tennis, it was her who initiated it. So
Okay, so she did meet her before.
it was uncomfortable for me, but
I thought she said that was
we
the
were
first
friendly.
thing.
And it
Did
was
she ask
hard,
her? Did she ever meet up with
but
her
I still
before
did
or
it
spoke with her before?
because I
And she
wasn't
said
going to
no?
tell her because
Some
I
just don't
love
sound
Brodus.
right, y'all.
When Brodus told you that he wouldn't walk you outside, he said, Tab will do it. How did that make you feel?
Rejected, unworthy,
Something ain't
stupid.
adding up, y'all. You're gonna have to get Inspector Gadget
I'm so stupid.
on this case, for real.
And it hurt so bad.
Were you angry or were you hurt?
I was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking clearly when you pulled the trigger?
No,
Were you reacting to that situation?
yes,
Was that a traumatic situation for you too, in retrospect?
oh yes. I hate what happened. I'm so very sorry. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I've spent most of my life helping. I never
Right, Earth Energy.
intentionally try to hurt anybody.
She shot the wife because the wife was trying to
Did
help
you
the husband after he was
ever
shot. Oh,
plan
okay.
To kill
Still,
Brodus
why would you
Perry?
shoot the
Never.
wife?
When you drove to Memphis, were you driving to Memphis to kill Brodus Perry?
No,
Why did you drive to Memphis?
I drove because I just wanted to see him.
Why?
I wanted him to explain why he did that.
Did you hope he would say, we can be together?
Yes,
Did he give you that hope when you went to the apartment?
he did.
Did he yank that hope away?
He did.
Did
As
you,
he often did.
did you break in that moment?
I shattered.
And you killed the wife.
Did you ever intend to?
Well, I don't even know if the wife is dead, child.
Did you even realize that you had shot her?
No.
That's all I had.
Cross-examination.
I really didn't like this lawyer. He really didn't dig into it, like I would have dig into it, like I got a law degree. But she
Ms.
really
Daniels,
didn't
I'm
get
going to
to
take
it.
you back to April 4th, 2019, at around 4 o'clock. You remember yesterday, when we introduced that surveillance footage of you at the gun store, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you know that that was you in the gun store.
That was me.
And you purchased a gun that day.
I did.
And you also purchased ammunition that day.
I did.
And when you went to that gun store, you brought your state-issued ID, correct?
Yes.
And you brought your credit card, correct?
I did.
And once you left with that gun and the ammunition, you didn't go to Jacksonville, did you?
No.
You drove to Memphis.
No. I drove home.
But you eventually ended up in Memphis, did you not?
That is correct.
And you chose to go see Brodus Perry, correct?
Yes, I chose to go see him.
A man that you chose to be involved with.
When I first encountered Mr. Perry for counseling, I did not choose to be with him. I went to him for direction, not a relationship.
It's a yes or no question. You chose to be involved with him after
You sure
met him. Did you not?
Yep, you did.
Yes.
And when you got to Memphis, and after you talked to Mr. Perry, you drove to his apartment, correct?
Yes, I drove to his apartment.
And from Sherman, Arkansas to Memphis, it's about a 3-hour drive, right?
According to what has been said, I wasn't counting.
So she drove another 3 hours to.
And when you got to that apartment, you talked to Mrs. Perry.
Yes.
And when you got to that apartment, you stayed there and you talked with her for about 20 minutes. Correct?
Yes, we talked for about 20 minutes.
And then once Mr. Perry got there, you talked to him.
Yes.
And while they were gracious enough to walk you out of their apartment after an unexpected visit, you got your gun out, didn't you?
It wasn't unexpected for him.
But for Miss Perry, it was.
It was.
Right.
And after you exited, you decided to take your gun out, correct?
No.
And after you exited, you shot Mrs. Perry, did you not?
My
Yes or no?
actions resulted in them being shot, yes.
And then you shot Mr. Perry, did you not?
It wasn't a conscious decision, but yes.
But you
So
didn't
she
do
shot
it
her first.
because you lost control. You did it because you thought you deserved it.
No. I love Brodus. I would have never intentionally hurt
We'll
him.
have to see that.
No, ma'am.
You did it because he broke your heart.
No, ma'am.
No further questions, John.
Were you in a good state of mind that day?
I was not. I was not.
All day?
I was not my healthy self. No.
When you came to Memphis, did you come to Memphis out of anger or out of love?
I came out of love.
Did Brodus expect you to be there when he walked in?
Yes.
Did that visit go the way that you expected it?
It did not.
Did it end the way you expected it to?
It most definitely did not.
Did you go there to hurt anyone?
No, I did not.
Who did you plan to hurt?
I
that
wanted
day?
to hurt myself. I wanted to end my own life.
So
that
what
day.
happened?
That's,
Not.
that's all.
Yeah, this is pretty much it of this. That's pretty much it. Hold on, let me go off of here. Okay. So yeah, that is pretty much the video that I do have. I know it's more to it. I did see another video with the trial that says like 2 hours of the trial, and I am going to go back and listen to it, but something just not adding up for me. She said a lot of things that, okay, so if you went to the house, you know, and you had no intentions on killing a wife, then why did you? Why did you? And then, you know, if all fails, you don't wrote suicide notes and things like that. And Lord forgive me, because I wouldn't want anyone to take their life. But if that was your plan, why didn't you do that? Like, you know, to me, she not even remorseful I saw her crying with the letter, and I saw her crying at the end, saying that, she didn't mean to do this and she didn't mean to do that. But lady, you was being so deceitful. You were being so deceitful. Then you write a letter, saying that, God wasn't hearing her. You playing around with the devil. You're doing some deceitful shit. And then when I first listened to it, I thought I heard that attorney ask her, did she ever meet with the wife Tabitha? And I thought for sure she said no. But then towards the end, she said she was playing tennis with this lady. She had went out with this lady. So it's kind of like, yeah, I need to hear the wife's side. And Earth energy, do you know if the wife is unalived? Did she unalive the wife? Because it seemed like that she shot the wife first and then she shot the man. So to me that seems like you wanted to get rid of the wife, and then when you saw the husband I guess trying to get the wife or anything, you shot him. So if you came there to unalive yourself, why did you shoot 2 other people besides yourself? Oh, my black is beautiful. They said she is alive. So I wonder, do she have a testimony? I wonder if she testified in court. Thank you, thank you, my black is beautiful. I wonder, did the wife testify in court? You done brought your ass over this woman's house and sat on her couch, had a conversation with her. You are being deceitful. You've been deceitful since day one. But like I said, I don't want to judge this lady because we all know how a man can manipulate a woman to do dumbass shit. Like we all know how that goes. But it was so many red flags, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, she was raised by her mom and her dad, and she watched her dad hit around on her mom or whatever. So they kind of like, I don't know, certain things make certain people stronger, and certain things make people weaker. It's the individual, you know what I'm saying? But after all that, and then you still didn't go to therapy. You was married one time. That marriage failed. And it pretty much sounded like her daddy made her get married to the first man because she got pregnant. Then you turned around and got married for the second time. And I don't remember if the first husband or the second husband is the one that you hauled her shit and took it to her mama house. I don't know which husband did that, but you done been married twice. You done been married twice. And I'm not going to say she shouldn't went to spiritual therapy or looking for guidance in the church, because most people will run to the church instead of going to therapy. But this lady clearly needed therapy. Instead, she ran right into the arms of the devil. You clearly needed professional help. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with needing professional help. Instead, she ran right into the arms of the damn devil. This story, you guys, when I tell you, I woke up this morning and, I go to my YouTube or whatever, and, I listen to story. This one kind of took me back. Like, you know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to hold yourself accountable for some of the dumbass shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame others for some of the dumbass shit you do. This man has showed this woman plenty of flags that she was nothing but a hoe to him. A slut. He even gave her a book that's called Ethical Slut. How you put ethical in the same word, in the same mixed circle with slut? There's nothing ethical about a slut. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did a man? Yeah, and it might be just my ignorance, because I've been in, some relationships, some of y'all may know, but I have never like been that dumb for no dick. Like, I just haven't. I'm a human, you a human. You know what I'm saying? What I expect out of you is what I bring. I expect out of myself. There's no, this is what men do. There's no, this is what women do. No, this is what we gonna do. She let this man play on her top, y'all. Like that she did, And the story just not adding up, because if you was gonna commit suicide, why did you go to that woman's house and shoot her? What part of that was like, if you had no intentions of doing it, why did you, even pull out your gun? Why you ain't shoot his raggedy ass? So it is definitely more of this story than that I want to hear about. And like I said, after this video, it was a 2-hour video. I guess the rest of the trial, because when I saw that video, she had her hair pinned up and she was sitting beside her lawyer, but I didn't finish watching that. And I'm hoping Amora do cover the story to get down to the nitty gritty, because it's so much that's just unanswered. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to see, and if I come across the wife, if I come across the wife testimony, if she gave one, you know what I'm saying? If she gave one, and in some way, I kind of think the wife knew about it. Like I'm getting a feeling that the wife knew about it, but she's probably so used to his bullshit. Because when she said he sent the wife to Florida, I don't think he sent the wife to Florida. I think she found out about some shit he was doing and just went to stay with her family for a couple of months in Florida. And he probably snowed her ass back to where he was at in Memphis. That's what I think probably happened. And I don't think that he had a talk with his wife about no what the hell did I don't know what the fuck it was, but I don't think that he had that conversation with his wife. That I call that bullshit. He just was telling her any old damn thing, and she just was falling for it, just gullible. Everything okay, your way, okay, we gonna do this your way. No. I pay for my trips to get to you, and you pay for the room to fuck me in. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. That's why I could never be nobody's side chick, because I'm gonna always come first. You're not finna play with me like that. And this lady she looked like, and I'm not talking about her because she's a very beautiful woman. She's not a bad looking woman. She looks like she probably maybe late 30s, I want to say, maybe early 40s, somewhere up in there. She got some stuff going on with her. But I don't think that. So what y'all think? Is this a crime of passion? Do y'all think this a crime of passion? I want to talk to y'all for a minute, and I'm about to get ready to get off of here because I got a lot of shows that I want to tune into tonight, because that's what I've been doing, is watching a lot of shows. What do y'all think? Do you guys think that this was a crime of passion? Do you guys think that she should get off because of his manipulation? Oh, she be super, you was? So the trial been going on all week. I'm most definitely going to have to go and watch it. I'm going to stroll up some. What y'all think? Do y'all think this is a crime of passion? Do y'all think she gonna be let off because of his manipulation? And then, she did say he gave her something to drink. So she already messed up in here. She been driving for over 6 hours because she said wherever she went to get the gun cost it took her 40-something minutes to go there. Then she had to drive to Memphis, which was 3 hours to get to Memphis, right, y'all? Then she said she drove to the apartment where they stayed at, and it took another 3 hours. So did she ever piss? Did she ever go to the bathroom and piss? Did she eat something? Like a lot of stuff. I think she's missing out on a lot of, of the story. And I want to know. Me too, my Black is Beautiful. I want to hear the wife's side too. Yes, J. Lou, that attorney, the one that was, asking her the questions, not her attorney, but the other attorney, she wasn't asking the right questions. She was not. And she was sassy and not asking the right shit, being sassy. Yeah, Zaylani, I'm trying to figure that out. You said, I'm so confused on how she ended up shooting both of them if she was asleep. Exactly, because then she say the wife had opened the door. The wife was on her way out the door, but she was behind the wife trying to get the husband to walk her to the car. Then she reached in her pocket, I guess she said, to get her keys. Then she noticed the gun was in her pocket. Now, heavy ass gun. A heavy ass gun. You ain't noticed a heavy ass gun is in your pocket all while you sitting in this lady's face with a gun. It just don't make it. It's not adding up. It's not adding up, y'all. Right, my Black is beautiful. How you end up wanting to hurt yourself, wrote a letter saying you're going to hurt yourself, but you get to this lady house and you you said she wasn't unalive, and you shoot this lady and her husband. I may do a part 2, my Black is Beautiful. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on it because I didn't this morning. All I did was look at the video, and then I was moving back and forth, and I did a little shopping today while listening to it, so I really didn't really didn't get to dive into it, but I might do a part 2. I know Amora said that she wanted to cover the story, and I'm still hoping, because I'm not the type that, be doing all that research like that. I don't really have that much time with me working all the time. When I get home, it's getting dark outside. I'm ready to lay down, and get ready for the next day. So I don't really be having a lot of time to do a lot of research, but definitely I will want to hear more about this story. And if I come across something, you guys, I will bring it to you if Amora do not dive into this story. Earth Energy, you said she was convicted yesterday and the judge revoked her bond. I'm sure, because how the hell you go from wanting to commit suicide to shooting this man and his wife? How the hell you end up even in Memphis and he done moved from Arkansas or whatever, Little Rock, I don't know where the hell they was from, and you done made your way down there? Then he's talking about he making trips back there where you at, like he got a client, one client. You are the client. Hell you mean? You the client. He ain't have no damn clients. You the client. When he felt like he wanted to get some ass, he made an excuse to his wife that he had a client back home, and he came and saw you. The judge should have revoked her bond. Oh, she be super. You said the wife testified in court. I'm not sure if you showed that already. No, I did not. I only showed the Mistress testimony. I did not show the wife, but I am going to look for that. And and bring it. That's so good the wife is alive. You know, that's sad. And I would be thinking about that. I would be really thinking about that. Here I was sitting in this house with this woman, with this gun. My husband has been cheating on her, got her emotionally fucked up in the head, and I done let her in my house. I done let her in my house. Yeah, Zaylene, she's lying about something. And I don't know. Like I said, I saw the remorse, for the letter, the letter that she wrote to her family, when she was about to commit suicide. I saw the remorse when she was telling the story about the relationships that she had been in and, things like that. But when she was telling this story about how she sat with the wife for 15, 20 minutes, all that other stuff, she didn't seem remorseful to me. She really didn't. Oh, okay, she be super. You said that's why she had. So she unalived the husband and just attempted murder charge for the wife. She 46. Oh, okay. So I was wrong. I thought maybe she'd have been, 39, late 30s, early 40s, I didn't even think she was, not saying 46 is old or whatever, but I didn't think she was that much older. Yeah, I think she's a lot off on her story. My Black is Beautiful. Yes, I agree. She definitely has mental health issues from the past and the present, and she's and she adding on. Okay, Earth Energy said she was convicted yesterday, sentencing December the 17th. Read what comment, she be super. Oh, okay, read my comments. Okay, let me get in it. I am reading them. I am way behind on the chat, y'all, because, I had to go start up at the top and then come back down. So, yeah, I am behind. So I'm just making sure that because I asked you guys a question, what you thought about, is this a crime of passion? Do you think she's going to get off? So yes, I am behind because I wanted to see what you guys were saying. Okay, Miss Janice. Yes, please, you all that's just coming in, if you can watch the replay on this for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, Angela. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring you this story. I've been on here for 2 hours. I wanted to bring you guys this story about this. This was like, it took me back. And then I was thinking about Miss Season and Robert and how he manipulated her ass and, love bound her in the beginning and showing her affection and, doing all that motherfucking shit and kept her in the friend zone. And I'm just thinking about how men manipulate women and how women, I hate to say it, but don't see it, and it's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, Sip, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. She be super. You said she's been in jail for 6 years. Okay, yeah, because that happened in 2000. I think, what was it, 19? She been in jail for 6 years. Okay. Yeah, they're not letting her ass out. You went from where you was at to where this man stayed at. you came a long way, you know. You came a long way and killed this man. And I ain't saying he deserved it or not deserve it or whatever. But you came a long way, shot this woman and shot this man. You shot this woman for what? That's her husband. You shot her for what? You mad at her for what? You creeping and sneaking and leaking and all this other type of shit with her husband. You mad at her for what? And Lord forgive me once again, if you was that emotional, fucked up in the head like you said, and how you did with your letters and everything, why you ain't shoot his ass and then shoot yourself? I'm sure the wife did not jump in front of the gun. I'm sure she didn't. I'm pretty sure she didn't jump in front of the gun. Crazy, y'all. That's crazy. But I am about to get ready to get off of here. I want to thank the ones that, and I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining me with this story. I do appreciate you guys' presence and you guys giving me likes. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. I want to thank Sip for the super. Thank you so much. My Black is Beautiful. Thank you so much. Tawana, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I ain't quick with this. Dwight, thank you for the super chat. Earth Energy, thank you for your super chat. Who is that? Rita, thank you for your super chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you. Anything is possible for your membership. Thank you. I wanted to tell you all that I was going to tell you all to pause your memberships. Thank you for the membership. My Black is Beautiful. I was going to tell you guys who already have the membership to pause your membership because I wasn't going to come back live until my strikes was over. Because YouTube been playing with me, like they've been playing with me, so I ain't even been really putting up no videos or doing anything like that because they really playing with me. I have 2 strikes on my channel, so they like really been playing with me, and I don't think they go out until December. So I was gonna cut it short and not do any lives and videos until then, but I might come back. You know what I'm saying? I might come back and do just get back on my schedule of doing my lives with you guys. But I am about to get ready and get off of here. And if I do find the wife's testimony, you guys, I will bring it back. I will most definitely bring it back. So I am going to get off and you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday watching your movies. What y'all doing today? What you all have planned today? Anybody going out to some movies? You know what I'm saying? Sitting around watching movies at home, glass of wine, cooking something. What y'all doing? Thanks, Sip. Thank you, Oliver fam. Thank you, She Be Super. Thank you, Jaylene. Thanks to all my moderators. Thank you, girls. So look, I am about to go. I am about to go, and I will see you guys later. Bye.